New York City runs on street food, but who tops them all?
I'm a food and lifestyle blogger,
and we got you covered. Let's check some out.
There are so many food trucks in New York City, and I've tried a bunch of random ones that I can't even remember at this point, but there is one food truck that stands out that is always there for me. Halal Guys. It always hits. Melt in your mouth meat. It's basically just comfort all together in one platter. It makes for great drunk food. I absolutely love it. Usually I'm not getting a gyro. I like to get a platter and ask for the pita on the side, because sometimes you want to scoop and sometimes you want to take a big bite. So you kind of just get best of both worlds there. And I like to get the chicken platter. I'm a big fan of rice, and the amount of rice that comes on the platter is perfection. And then you've got your little crunch from the tomatoes and the onions for a little bit of health, you know? It's just perfect. When you're walking around New York City, you really can't miss the red and yellow cart, and you will definitely smell the food. It smells incredible, and you will want it, especially after a night out.
I think when people think about food trucks in New York City, they should think about Fuska. It is a Bangladeshi street food snack that is one of my favorite bites. On the corner of 73rd Street and 37th Avenue, up in Jackson Heights, Queens, you'll see a few of these Bangladeshi street food carts. Fuskahouse is the one that I would recommend you to go to. The shells are made out of semolina dough that are fried, so they puff up and they're hollowed out and stuffed with spiced mashed potatoes and some yellow split peas, and then topped off with red onions, coriander, green chilies for a little bit of spice. The most important part of this is the liquid, and it is a sour tamarind liquid that you pour into the open shell and then put the whole thing in your mouth in one bite. Each order comes with 8, and I'll be honest, I could easily put down 15 by myself, but it's a really fun snack to share with friends, and there's a lot of other amazing food up in Jackson Heights, so you can do a little food crawl, but definitely start at Fuskahouse because it is a bite that is worth traveling for.
When I'm hungry and I don't have a lot of time or just want to grab something and go, I am always going to King's Souvlaki. It's on Ditmars Boulevard and Steinway Street in Astoria, and it is dishing up some of the best Greek food in New York. I mean, listen, Astoria, Queens is probably like the top place that you can get Greek food, but do not sleep on the Souvlaki King food truck. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you can get yourself the most amazing toasted and warmed pita filled with fresh, juicy, grilled pork souvlaki, fries that have been marinated with oregano, smeared with some fresh, zesty tzatziki sauce, and it's wrapped in this beautiful little bouquet. It almost looks like a bouquet of flowers, but it's just a bouquet of amazing Greek food. It's so juicy and delicious and satisfying. There is such an amazing Greek community in Queens, and this is just so celebrated in this amazing food truck, but really that bouquet of pork souvlaki in warm pita is all that I need.
Favorite food truck in New York City. The first thing that comes to mind is Birria Landia. They are a Mexican truck that has literally some of the best tacos we've ever had. Crunchy shell because they dip the taco shells in the consomme, which is the broth that the meat is cooked in, with melty cheese, this really tender shredded beef. They take cut up onions and cilantro that are not too pungent, but they sit like really nicely and cut through all that richness. And then what you do is you get a side of the consomme, you dip the taco. It is so warming. It's getting cold out. Like, it is the perfect little bite. You could have it as a snack. You could have it as a lunch, have it as a dinner. I think they even do delivery because they have this big red and yellow logo. If you see that, you should stop and definitely get one of their tacos.
When it comes to street food, my absolute favorite has to be the vendors that sell sweet mini cakes. Oh my God, you guys, these are like some of the best desserts I've ever had. So they're kind of like a mixture between a waffle and a pancake. It's actually a little delicacy in Hong Kong, and they call them bubble waffles. It's super crunchy on the outside, but has this really puffy, light pancake interior that is just to die for. On Sundays, what I love doing is going to get dim sum and making sure I save like a little bit of room for dessert and then walking over to one of the street cart vendors. You can get the bubble waffles plain, or you can put toppings on top. My favorite, without a doubt, is just a little bit of a chocolate drizzle for that extra added oomph. And if savory is more your thing, they also have a seaweed flavor that's really unique.
What is your favorite NYC food truck spot? Let us know in the comments.